Hello, aspiring chemists. Welcome to an exciting session on aldehydes and ketones. Today, we are diving deep into the world of oxidation, a fundamental concept that governs how these crucial organic compounds react. We'll explore everything from basic definitions to advanced reaction mechanisms, preparing you for the challenges of G Advanced. Get ready for a four-level journey, from easy foundational concepts to the hardest, competitive level insights. Let's get started. Ready to unravel the mystery of how aldehydes and ketones behave when exposed to oxygen? Let's begin with the basics. In organic chemistry, oxidation isn't just about oxygen. It primarily means gaining oxygen atoms or losing hydrogen atoms. Think of it as increasing the number of bonds to oxygen or other electronegative elements. Now, here's a crucial distinction. Aldehydes, with their unique CH bond on the carbonyl carbon, are much easier to oxidize. This bond is relatively weak and can be readily broken. Ketones, on the other hand, have two carbon groups attached to the carbonyl, meaning no such CH bond. This makes them significantly more resistant to oxidation under mild conditions, requiring a stronger force to break a C to C bond. Because of this difference, we use mild oxidizing agents to specifically target and test for aldehydes. Tollens reagent, a solution of ammoniacal silver nitrate, is famous for producing a silver mirror when it oxidizes an aldehyde to a carboxylic acid. Fehling's and Benedict solutions, both copper-based, turn from blue to a brick red precipitate of cuprous oxide. These reactions are not just theoretical, they're practical diagnostic tools. For example, ethanol, or acetaldehyde, readily oxidizes to ethanoic acid, giving a clear silver mirror with Tollens reagent, a reaction that ketones won't show. Time to test your understanding of the basics. Here are 3 practice questions to solidify what you've learned about the oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. Take a moment to think about the concepts we just discussed and apply them to these scenarios. Good luck! Now that we've covered the fundamentals, let's dive deeper into the specific reagents and mechanisms involved in the oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. Beyond mild reagents, strong oxidizing agents like acidified potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate, or concentrated nitric acid can oxidize both aldehydes and ketones. While aldehydes readily convert to carboxylic acids, ketones require much harsher conditions. This often leads to the cleavage of carbon-carbon bonds, yielding a mixture of smaller carboxylic acids. The ease of aldehyde oxidation stems from the presence of that weak aldehydic CH bond. The mechanism typically involves water or hydroxide attacking the carbonyl carbon, followed by the removal of a hydride or a proton, ultimately forming a carboxylic acid. Let's revisit Tollens test in detail. This reagent, a diaminasilver I complex, is a mild oxidant. It reduces Ag ions to metallic silver, forming that characteristic mirror, while the aldehyde is oxidized to a carboxylate. Remember, it must be freshly prepared to avoid explosive silver fulminate. Similarly, Fehling's and Benedict solutions use Cu superscript 2 ions, complexed with tartrate or citrate, respectively. Aldehydes reduce these blue Cu superscript 2 ions to form a brick red precipitate of cuprous oxide. These copper-based tests are particularly useful for detecting reducing sugars, which contain an aldehyde group. Now, about ketones, they generally resist mild oxidation. But under vigorous conditions, strong oxidizers force them to undergo C to C bond cleavage. This is governed by Popov's rule for unsymmetrical ketones, which states that the cleavage preferentially occurs to form smaller carboxylic acids. For example, butanone, with its 2 possible cleavage points, will yield a mixture of propanoic and ethanoic acids, or methanoic and propanoic acids, depending on the cleavage site. Understanding this rule is key to predicting products from ketone oxidation. Alright, it's time to put your medium-level knowledge to the test. Here are 5 practice questions that require a deeper understanding of oxidizing agents, mechanisms, and specific rules like Popov's. Analyze each question carefully and apply the concepts we just discussed. You've got this. Ready to step up your game? Let's explore advanced oxidation strategies and their intricate mechanisms for G advanced. In complex organic synthesis, selective oxidation is paramount. We often need to oxidize an aldehyde without touching other sensitive functional groups. Reagents like chromium trioxide in sulfuric acid, known as Jones reagent, are powerful oxidants. However, for more controlled oxidation, especially in alcohol chemistry, PCC or PDC are used to stop at the aldehyde stage. For aldehydes, a very mild and selective option is silver oxide. A fascinating transformation for ketones is the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation. Here, peroxy acids, like MCPBA, insert an oxygen atom, converting a ketone into an ester. The migratory aptitude of the groups attached to the carbonyl determines which group shifts, with tertiary groups migrating more readily than primary ones. Another crucial reaction, both diagnostic and synthetic, is the haloform reaction. This is specific to methyl ketones, like acetone and acetaldehyde. When treated with a halogen and base, the methyl group is trihalogenated, followed by C-to-C bond cleavage, yielding a haloform like chloroform or iodoform and a carboxylate salt. The iodoform test, producing a yellow precipitate, is a classic way to identify these specific structures. For more vigorous oxidative cleavage, strong oxidizers like hot concentrated K-MnO can break C-to-C bonds in ketones, especially cyclic ones, leading to dicarboxylic acids. This table summarizes these distinguishing tests for quick reference. Connecting the dots, the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation's migratory aptitude is critical. Tertiary alkyl groups migrate preferentially over secondary, primary, and methyl groups, dictating the regoselectivity of ester formation. The haloform reaction, on the other hand, showcases the enhanced acidity of alpha hydrogens in methyl ketones, leading to sequential halogenation and then nucleophilic attack by hydroxide, ultimately cleaving the C-to-C bond. Understanding these underlying mechanistic principles is essential for predicting products and designing synthetic routes in G advanced. You've absorbed some advanced concepts. Now, challenge yourself with these 7 hard-level practice questions. They cover Baeyer-Villiger oxidation, haloform reactions, distinguishing tests, and multi-step synthesis. Apply your analytical skills and mechanistic understanding to solve them. Best of luck. Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll delve into the deepest mechanistic insights, advanced reagents, and real-world applications of oxidation reactions, preparing you for the most complex G advanced problems. Let's dissect the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation mechanism further. It starts with the nucleophilic attack of the peroxy acid on the carbonyl, forming a tetrahedral intermediate. This is followed by a crucial 1,2-alkyl shift, where one of the groups migrates to the oxygen, simultaneously expelling a carboxylate-leaving group. The hierarchy of migratory aptitude tertiary, then secondary, then phenyl, primary, methyl, and finally hydrogen is paramount for predicting the regoselectivity of ester formation. For the haloform reaction, it's a 3-stage dance: initial enolization, followed by exhaustive alpha halogenation of the methyl group, and finally, a nucleophilic attack by hydroxide leading to C-to-C bond cleavage and the formation of the haloform and carboxylate. Each step is precisely orchestrated by the electronic properties of the intermediate. Beyond the common oxidants, specialized reagents offer unique transformations. Selenium dioxide, SeO, is a gem for alpha hydroxylation. It selectively oxidizes an active methylene or methyl group adjacent to a carbonyl, transforming it into a carbonyl or hydroxyl group, often via a cyclic transition state. This is incredibly useful for introducing functionality at the alpha carbon. Then there's thallium, 3 nitrate, TTN, a powerful oxidant for ketones. It can induce oxidative rearrangement, leading to ring contraction or expansion in cyclic ketones, often forming esters or carboxylic acids. The mechanism typically involves enolization, phthalation, and then a rearrangement with A C to C bond cleavage. These reactions provide powerful tools for complex synthetic challenges. The oxidation of aldehydes and ketones isn't just academic, it's the backbone of many industrial processes. Consider adipic acid, a vital component for nylon 6,6. It's produced by the oxidation of cyclohexanone using nitric acid or catalytic air oxidation. Acetic acid, a ubiquitous solvent, is synthesized from acetaldehyde via air oxidation. These large-scale syntheses highlight the economic and practical importance of these reactions. However, modern chemistry emphasizes green chemistry principles. This means developing more environmentally benign oxidation methods using atom economical catalysts, safer solvents, and minimizing hazardous byproducts, moving away from toxic heavy metal reagents to sustainable alternatives. This balance between efficiency and environmental responsibility is a key aspect of chemical engineering. In the realm of retrosynthesis, where we work backward from a target molecule to its simpler precursors, oxidation reactions are indispensable. If your target molecule contains a carboxylic acid or an ester, you immediately consider an aldehyde or ketone as a potential precursor that underwent oxidation. Conversely, if you need to introduce a carbonyl group, an alcohol oxidation is often the way to go. The selectivity of different oxidants allows chemists to precisely plan synthetic routes, choosing reagents that will modify only the desired functional group without affecting others. Mastering these oxidation strategies provides a powerful toolkit for tackling multi-step synthesis problems, a common feature in G Advanced. All right, prepare for the ultimate challenge. Here are the first 5 out of 10 hardest level questions. These problems demand a deep understanding of reaction mechanisms, reagent specificities, multi-step synthesis, and even some retrosynthetic thinking. Take your time, draw out structures, and think critically. Good luck! And now, for the final set of challenges. Here are questions 6 through 10. These continue to push your boundaries, covering less common reagents, stereochemical implications, industrial relevance, and conceptual clarity. This is where you truly solidify your G Advanced preparation. Keep pushing yourselves, and remember, every solved problem builds confidence. And that brings us to the end of our in-depth exploration into the oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. From the basic distinction between these two fascinating classes of compounds to the intricacies of advanced reaction mechanisms and their industrial applications, you've covered a vast and crucial part of organic chemistry. Keep practicing, keep exploring, and never stop being curious. For more such detailed and comprehensive educational content tailored for your G Advanced preparation, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates and more amazing chemistry lessons. See you in the next session.